Like, just if you're a man who's worried about the court systems and everything, and you see Kanye West, who is a famous billionaire, going through it, regular men are going to be like, wow, like, what chance do I have? And so now, while that a regular guy may not be able to change the system, what that does, and what I would think that would do, is say, hey, maybe I have to be really, really, really careful about who I wife up, about who I have kids with. Because if I have kids with some woman, and she may be fine as, whoo, but what kind of mother to my children is she going to be? How compatible are we together? So, like, do we have the same goals for the kids? Because if this relationship goes south, the kids, we still have to co-parent. We still have to take care of these kids if this relationship goes south. And Kanye, and if this is real, if the beef between him and Kim right now is real, Kanye is finding this out in real time. He's finding it out. He may not be learning the lesson, but he's finding out this lesson. Like, this lesson is being made manifest to him right now in real time, even with his billions of dollars. Like, like choosing who you have kids with, choosing who you get become linked with, is important. Like, just pretty face is not enough to go on. Like, you can put yourself in a world of hurt if you're not paying attention to who you're marrying. But it isn't the first time the famous man gets a divorce and is screwed over by the system. And that's the point. Like, if famous men, if powerful men, if men with just boatloads of money are getting screwed over by the system, that means that it's up to men to be smarter about, because, like, so from a woman's standpoint, now she has to be careful about what kind of man she gets involved with. Why? Because if she goes ahead and gets pregnant by a dude who's gonna bounce as soon as he gets tired, like, she says, "Oh, I'm pregnant," and he's out the door, he's just gone. Like, okay, she's still stuck with the baby. She still has the baby, so now she's got to be on her own. Dudes, it's not like dudes can say, "Okay, well, I don't have to worry about that." No, you do have to worry about that, because if you're dealing with a woman who, she gets pregnant, she has the baby, and now she wants to just make your life a living hell, you still have a kid. You can't stop dealing with her, because y'all still have that child together. And if you know how the system works, you know that she's likely to get custody, at least primary custody, maybe joint custody, but at some level, you're still going to have to deal with her in raising your kids. So, like, this is something men need to be taking into account before they eat. Like, never mind before they put the ring on her finger. Before you get in the bed, you have to be thinking about, okay, yeah, she looks good, but do I want to have kids with this woman? But a lot of us don't even, like, when the blood just starts rushing down, it's just all thought, all sense, all common sense, all kinds of like, any thoughts of the future are out the window, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm about to get some. Like, that's the only focus. Mhm. Then what chance do we have exactly? But Trevor went the other way, taking up for women in alleged abusive relationships. And now, remember what I said about Trevor, because remember, Trevor is on the left. So the question is, was Trevor Noah, let's say Kim Kardashian was doing some foul stuff, would Trevor Noah come forward and side with Kanye against her? That's the question. Think about it. Like, with him being on the left, would he be accepted? Would the left would the left attack him if he was to side with Kanye against Kim? But that's with every divorce, especially when it comes to child support, alimony, and custody. Yes. But that's why it's important. That's why it's important to make to be mindful of this going into the situation. Because a lot of times dudes aren't even thinking about that when you're going into the situation. And then it comes to knowing yourself. Because, like, if Kanye knows that he can be triggered, if Kanye knows that he can be let somebody get under his skin, Like if Kanye knows he gets possessive and he's ego driven, then this is something he has to take in consideration because, like right now, one of the things that he's going through is he's mad about Pete Davidson um, texting him and telling him that, oh yeah, I'm in bed with your wife. Well, there's a difference between casual sex and future plans. At some point, we stop talking about protection, like have fun but protect yourself. Okay, right. But like there are dudes who will, just because she's fine, who will say, I don't need to wear, like, she's fine, she looks clean, I don't think she has any diseases, I'm good. And because they're thinking about STDs. And so yeah, you think about that too, but it's more than just STDs. Because like even if you're smart enough where you and the chick like which isn't which doesn't sound like it's happening a lot, especially if it's casual sex, especially if it's just some chick like you just met. Maybe you went out a couple of times, maybe you just met that night. Like you aren't really exchanging uh, health STD screenings. You're not. And generally speaking, maybe you should be, but generally speaking, you're not exchanging STD screenings. And then you decide, okay, yeah, I'm going to hit that. I'm going to smash, and then you're not wearing protection. Like that's as crazy as it is. A lot of dudes is doing that. A lot of dudes will just go, I'm going to smash. I'm not wearing protection. I'm not worried about it. And so now, even if she's cool and she don't have any STDs, you're cool. You don't have any STDs. Pregnancies happen. Now, somebody that you know nothing about, is pregnant with your child. How's that going to go? You think that's going to work out for you? Like, never sleep with someone you aren't willing to marry. And as much as people will say, as much as guys want to resist that, look at the alternative. Look at the alternative. Facts. Yeah, look at the alternative of what happens, if you say, you know what, I'm not worried about it, because that couple of hours that night could lead to a couple of decades that you're tied to this woman. A couple of hours of some good sex could lead to a couple of decades of stress, headaches, and all kinds of drama. All kinds of drama. Like seriously, especially if guys are looking at the system and they're saying, "Listen, we know the system is going to favor the mother in this situation. If you know this, if you know this, whose fault is it? Like, why would I then go and just, like you said, play Russian roulette? Play Russian roulette, and like just hey, and let's see what happens. Let's see how the next 20 years of my life are going to go. Because I've just decided to just smash some random chick and take no precautions whatsoever. And then of course, and you've got it on both sides, but you'll have some people who will like, okay, who try to get pregnant. Like especially if you have means. If you've got money, like you saw the story with Drake and the hot, like that's crazy. Now, as crazy as it is that Drake put hot sauce into the condom. The crazy part is that number one, so it's three crazy parts. It's crazy enough that he put the hot sauce in the condom after he used it, right? The second crazy thing is that the woman actually went to look for the condom and then tried to put the condom in herself. That's the second crazy part. The third crazy part, and this is I think the biggest craziest part of that. The most crazy part of that is that that Drake knew. He knew this was the type of woman that would go into his garbage can and try to use his seed into her. He knew this, and he slept with her anyway. Think about that. He knew this woman was trifling. He knew she was absolutely trifling, and he had sex with her anyway. I mean, somebody please make it make sense. Like at some point, like at some point, the person making that decision knowingly, we got to look at them and their horrible decision making. She could be a horrible person, but you, knowing and believing her to be a horrible person, decided to smash anyway. Like think about the mindset of what that tells you about. Well, he knew to protect himself. Listen, Kenny, if he really wanted to protect himself, he wouldn't have had sex with her. Like, really, how how like what is the how good did the box have to be for him to decide that he was going to take that risk and still have sex with that woman? That was like crazy. Like who? Like I don't understand the thought process that made him say, "I know she's absolutely trifling, but I'm gonna snatch it." Like especially like it's not like he doesn't have options. He's Drake. He has lots of options. The fact that he still exercises options to have sex with that woman.
Thank you for checking out this clip of Escaping the Echo Chamber. If you would like to check out the entire live stream, you can click on the screen now, or you can click on the link in the description box below. I'll see you next time.